welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I am your host, Kendall Aaliyah.
And I'm Julia Renee.
Beautiful.
And this is Gym Girl Chats.
Nice. Did you read the comments of our YouTube video? Because it seems like they want us to keep what are words? Titles as is.
They want us to keep the topics.
Yes.
Because then they know like exactly like what we're talking about. And I answered them all and I was like, sweet. Awesome.
Thanks.
We'll do it.
Good.
Cool. Thank you. You know?
That's good. I thank you guys for actually giving feedback. Sometimes I feel like
really
I'm just talking into the abyss. And I forget that there's really people that like care and listen. So
I love the feedback for sure. And I've been doing that on my YouTube channel too, like with certain things. Like, do you want to see this? Or like, what is your opinion on this? Because on the podcast, like people will put their opinion all day.
Yeah.
And I love seeing like what other people put.
Yeah. Same.
And it's nice.
I like going to similar creators too and seeing like what they're changing up or what their followers are liking. Like I feel like then it's just fun because then we can like switch things up. Like this podcast has gone through, in my opinion, like 3 different, like seasons, like as though we're a show at 4.
4?
Yeah.
What are these seasons?
Having multiple co-hosts was season number 1.
Because we had 3 at first and it was all black.
Yeah. And we were on the couch, but then we were still on the couch. So I would say, okay, maybe that's all roped into season 1. Once we switched to this setup, that was season 2. And that's when we were doing the short Monday episodes.
And then tons of interviews.
Chapter 3, yeah.
Chapter 3
maybe
might have
chapter
been
3 is interviews.
Interviews.
Because then Monday we started doing just us.
Yes.
And then chapter 4 is now we don't care about anything. And we're just here to talk.
Chapter 4 is we give 0 fucks.
Yeah.
0 fucks given.
They're so much more fun, in my opinion, to listen to because now our podcast is similar to the podcast I go out of my way to listen to.
Yes.
So when I'm editing, I catch myself just like cheesing at us. And I'm like, wait, we're so cute.
Like, why am I so funny? Like, why am I so adorable? I will post a photo or like an Instagram story or like a reel or something.
You'll just sit there and watch it.
Yeah, I watch it like 5 times, or I'll sit and like show Zach it, and I'm like, come watch this. Like, I'll do one of my gym humor ones, and I'm like, come here, come watch this. I'm so funny, and he's like,
My only issue with myself is when I edit a reel, I really care. Okay, if I like find a song and I'm like, I love this song, like the song you played on the podcast last week. I was like, I found that song, I loved it. I was like ready to post it, and I was like, okay, but now I want it to fit to a video I'm really proud of because I love this song so much. I want a video I love so much. So then I'm editing it, and I like to like almost fit it to the musicality, if that makes sense. Like I want the video to go
like
along. Yeah. So then by the time I'm done editing, I have listened to this song at least 400 times and I am over it. Yeah. I now hate the video. I hate the song. I just want to post it and never watch it again.
Usually when Zach gets so annoyed because...
Nice.
Excuse-moi.
Solid.
Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. Deal with it. But when I edit too, like I will like edit to the song, so it'll be over and over, and weirdly, like I like it.
I like it at first.
And then Zach is in the back and he's like so annoyed because I keep playing the same song over
I'm
and
actually
over.
so surprised that Cooper has never said anything about it because it feels like psycho behavior.
If someone else did what I did, I would be annoyed.
Oh, for
but
sure.
since it's me, it's okay.
Yeah. I've noticed that's me with literally everything. Like, and I catch myself being an immediate hypocrite all the time. Like, I'll walk around the house and I'm like, I can't believe he left his socks right there. And I'll turn and I just have like a pile of clothes. And I'm like, but it's okay because I did it.
Yes.
Or like, I can't believe he didn't wash his dishes. My dishes are upstairs, like still on the counter.
You're like, but when I do it, it's intentional.
Exactly. Like
I know that I left it there.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm catching myself in those. So I don't say anything anymore. I see it, I get annoyed, and then I realize it did the exact same thing, and I go, oh, I guess it's fine.
I say something. I'm like, what? What'd you do? Oh my God. Today we got a lot of different topics. It's going to be like kind of random, but like when is it not? But first of all, when you are listening to this, we are only 3 days away from the Know Your Power retreat. So make sure you go into the description so that you can grab your coupon code, which is POWER25.
I like how you say that word.
I usually don't say coupon.
Coupon. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Actually, I don't know what I say now. Words mean nothing. Go into the description. Grab your coupon code of POWER25 for 25% off Also, Kendall went and got me an energy drink today. And there's a specific gas station that's right by my house. And they always have my favorite Strabango margarita.
Strabango.
But depending on the day, they might be out of it. And she texted me, they're out of it.
I feel like you got to ask like when their shipment day is and then just show up.
But then I feel like an asshole because...
No, you deserve that drink.
Because when I do go and they have it, I get at least 3.
See?
So that means that there's none for
anybody else. But then there's other people doing that to you.
That's true.
So you deserve it.
So like I was on YouTube and on Instagram was like, this is my favorite flavor. Oh my God. And now people are tagging me that they're going and trying the flavor. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yay, good for you. But then I'm like, also, how about...
Not if you live in Texas.
How about no?
I said there needs to be a rule. Every time you go and buy one, you have to buy a second one and ship it to Julia.
Yeah.
It's a 1 for 2 special for you.
Yes, because I showed you it. Yeah. I just think it's common courtesy, right?
Yeah. Only fair.
So I got this like...
I understand
reject
gatekeeping.
Flavor, sour pink lemonade.
That one's good.
It's still good.
I've had that one before. I'm drinking an Alani Nu in mimosa, and I was saying before we started, this is one of like my nostalgia drinks. Like this was the first Alani Nu I ever had. So I feel like in all of the seasons of Alani Nu, it brings me back to this.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. It's just like it hits that part of you that goes, oh, I feel like I'm 2 years younger and drinking this for the first time.
For me, it reminds me of when I think it was like halfway through prep to getting my pro card. Yes. And I got into a routine of buying this energy drink every single time I would start my training session. Mm-hmm. And then once I get into the routine of something and like make a habit of it, it's really hard for me to get myself not to do it.
Yeah.
Like even the smallest things, like last year, every single Wednesday, I had to go to the same coffee shop at the same time, order the same.
I think that's a good trait to have.
Like it was, I don't know, like it's weird. Like, and then also if I get like a specific meal, like the week previous, and then if I feel like it's like my body wants to go and do the same thing the next week at the same time.
That's
like
funny.
It's so weird.
Your body's like a creature of habit.
It's weird.
I think for me it was similar, and I was in the middle of the same prep that same year. You doing okay?
I swear to you, it's only on Wednesdays.
Yeah, maybe you're allergic to me.
But
huge possibility.
But it literally starts Wednesday in the morning when I'm doing, I don't know what's happening.
I feel like we've had like weird weather every week around Wednesday though. Weirdly, I feel like weekends have been beautiful, but like it was raining last night. I also feel awful. And then like Cooper woke up super sick and I was like, stay away from me.
Nasty.
Anyway, what I was saying is I would get this like half exhausted, halfway through prep. Like I feel like a skeleton. I would get it on my way to my first client. And it was like the one thing I looked forward to in the morning. Cause I was like, I don't want to be up right now. I don't want to be driving. I don't want to be training right now. So it was like my one little saving grace every morning. So I get it.
Similar.
Yes.
Similar stories of us dying in prep.
Today we are actually, do you want to save DMs for the end?
We're going to save DMs to the end. So we're going to talk. Kendall and I have spent
terrified.
Maybe two-ish weeks. It really wasn't that difficult. Let's be honest. 2-ish weeks gathering up the most like unhinged DMs that we get from men on Instagram. There has been so many more like in the past. We just don't save them.
Yeah.
And we did our best to keep them as
PG
as we can.
Because there's some unhinged ones out there, but we'll save these for the end. So you know what to look forward to at the end of this podcast. And Julia sent me some of hers and I was like, I'm going to save mine.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't send
for the shock value. I didn't read all of yours though, because you sent them while I was driving. I think I read the first one and then like one of the question ones. And I was like, okay, I don't want to spoil it either. Okay, in that case, I want to talk about TikTok because I stood by my word and I deleted it. And I actually thought it was funny because I went home from the podcast. I deleted TikTok. I was like, I'm doing this, right? I said I was going to do it. I'm actually doing it. And then you text me about 20 minutes later and you go, oh, can you send me that video we talked about? So I had to re-download TikTok. And it's funny because I announced it. Like I announced it to the household, to my roommate and my boyfriend. And I said, I deleted TikTok, you guys. And then 2 minutes later, I'm playing TikTok.
You're
I had to find this video
that goes on Instagram and says, I'm going to be off social media for a little.
Taking a break.
Taking a break, but posts everywhere about no
literally.
social
And I've done that. I've done that so many times. Now when I take a break, I'm off. But yeah, old me was like, I'll be gone for a week. I'm going to be okay. As though anyone would notice or care.
The whole alert the media.
I'm taking a break, okay? So don't post anything cool or funny because I'm not going to see it.
Because I won't see it. Also, where are you getting your news from?
Well, okay, exactly. So now I feel so out of the loop with everything. Yeah. So it does feel good. I've gotten a lot more done.
Yes.
Which I think, again, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, the reason I was deleting it is I feel like my brain turns to mush. I know not everyone gets that way. It's just I definitely do. Okay. And
I think most people do. They just don't want to believe it.
Yeah. I was for a full year being like, I know this isn't good for me because I'm a doom scroller. I love social media. I was in that generation that like I was born being influenced. Like, yes. I love YouTube. I love podcasts. I love TikTok. I love social media. Like, I love intaking it more than I should. So I was like, okay, I'm going to delete this because I don't want my brain to turn to mush. And also I'm like so afraid of having like lasting effects from all of these like dopamine issues. And I do feel better. Mm-hmm. I've gotten a lot done. I've been reading more like actual educational things. Like for my business, I'm like learning a lot about creating an LLC right now and trademarks and all these things. So I feel like my brain's doing better, but I'm so out of the loop. I have no clue what's going on.
Because I honestly, like, it's not even just like this generation, but I think it's like Gen Z. And I guess I'm a tail end millennial.
Mm-hmm. Should we look it up? What year were you born?
We still don't know. I was born in 97. So I think I'm like at the very late end of the millennials. But TikTok is like where people get their news now.
96 was the cutoff. So you're like 1 year before the end of millennial.
Okay, yeah. So I'm still a millennial, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like around my age, and like of course Gen Z, like everyone's getting their news there. Mm-hmm. Like they I mean, when's the last time you watched like the actual news?
I don't think I have ever turned on.
I mean, do you think like they're gonna be like JoJo Siwa has changed her style on like NBC News?
Which is our next talking point.
You know what I mean? But like it's so true. Like if you want to just like find out about like a specific, it's usually pop culture stuff.
Yeah. That's where I got a lot of my stuff. So I don't know. I guess we'll see if a big life event happens and I'm out of the loop. Maybe that's a good thing because also we all know, I'm sure the listeners fully know now how anxious of a person I am. I think it's better if I don't know a lot of things.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really think
I'd rather just be out of the loop.
Blissfully unaware.
Ignorance is bliss. I've always said that. I've always believed it.
Ignorance is bliss if you are crippled with anxiety.
Exactly. Because I've always said that I am like painfully self-aware because I do agree that being self-aware is a good thing. Being like aware of your emotional reactions and how you deal with things. Like, I think that's all important. Mm-hmm. I am too aware where I am so anxious about everything. Like, I don't want to be,
explain.
I wish I just didn't know certain things about myself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I psychoanalyze myself way too often.
Here's the thing. When you become a little bit more self-aware, like all of us will hit an age where we have some sort of like awakening mm-hmm. and we start questioning everything that we were conditioned to do, whether it's from our parents, our friends, mm-hmm. Social media, just society in general, putting stigma on women or men mm-hmm. or whatever. We all have that moment where we like question things. But the problem is, now you know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You can't unknow.
I'd rather not know.
So would you rather just
No, not actually, but.
I know, because it definitely is, it's the easier route mm-hmm. to just continue to be unconscious and unaware. Mm-hmm. It is easier, but then you'll spend a lifetime being like that and mm-hmm. not questioning anything. And potentially living a life you're not proud of or like excited about. Yeah. Or spend a portion of your life being like, what the fuck just happened to me? I'm questioning everything and you feel like everything's falling apart to be happier for a long time.
In the future.
It's definitely easier to be blissfully unaware.
But there's something beautiful about being unaware of certain things. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you think JoJo Siwa is blissfully unaware?
So hopefully all of you listening know at least a little bit or have you even seen what she looks like right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Have seen some of the JoJo Siwa news because I just wanted to talk about it because it's kind of fun. So I'm off of TikTok, like I said. My boyfriend, on the other hand, is on full-blown JoJo Siwa TikTok. Like every other video is that Karma song. And I'm like, stop it. Like,
I've
stop
only
playing
heard like a portion of the song because I don't scroll on TikTok, so I haven't seen any JoJo Siwa TikToks, but I'm still on YouTube and I listen to podcasts and some of them have been talking about it. So I've been hearing like two different sides of the story.
Yeah.
Some are like, leave JoJo alone. And the other ones are like, she's not a good person.
I think it could be a mix. I'm not here to talk about if she's a good person or not. I'm here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about like how polarizing she is right now. And I also want your opinion on, is what she's doing, is it intentional, or
is she
delusional, or someone else is her team saying, hey, act this way?
Yeah.
Because, okay, for those who don't know, she was on Dance Moms and she created like this huge, I don't even know what to call it, just like this huge world, like the JoJo Siwa like empire.
It was like a image of this like cute, you know, like girly, like bright color,
lots of glitter.
But then my question is, did she create that or did someone create that for her? We were just talking about like growing up and like being conditioned to act a certain way. Was it? Did she enjoy that, or did someone just say?
It really seemed like she did.
This.
Even if it started as someone else being like, hey, this is going to be your image, it seemed like she really enjoyed being that. At least, like, I've seen some of her interviews in the past and, like, growing up, you know, like, we're not that different in age. So I feel like I, like, watched her grow up because I watched Dance Moms. I think she's only 20, but still, like, she's not, like, a teenager, you know? She's not, like, super young anymore. So I remember, like, watching her in her different stages as I was growing up, and she just like took over as this like girl pop icon, but for like an audience of like 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, right? Like I wouldn't say I was her demographic ever. I don't think we were. I don't think anyone older than her was really listening to her music or like buying any of her merchandise. Like it was all
music?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, she like is like a multi-millionaire businesswoman. She has like over like 500 products in Walmart. She's like,
what?
She has like a huge empire. Okay, that's why I'm saying like I know a lot of the JoJo lore, like way more than I should.
That's true.
This again is me being chronically online.
I used to watch Dance Moms with my mom and my sister, and I remember like you would see them. And of course, like you would think like, oh my God, Abby's just crazy. But then also you would look at like the little girls, and I don't, especially because you're looking at it from a lens of a younger girl watching another younger girl, and you're like, their life is so cool. You know,
I wanted to be them so bad.
But now you're like, oh my God, that's tragic. Like
super traumatizing.
Like I tried to watch Dance Moms a little bit last year, like again, and it just wasn't the same because now you have it from a lens of being an adult and you're like, oh my God, like you'd see them and their little faces would be like so hurt. And it's crazy. I mean, wow.
I also had a lot of coaches like that.
Yeah.
So I think when I was that age and doing gymnastics, and I did ballet for a little bit, and
you're like, this is normal.
Cheerleading too. Cheerleading, I had probably the most traumatic of a coach that was really mean to us. I left every practice crying and throwing up, which is a huge red flag.
Dang.
I threw up every practice from being that anxious because she was very mean. So I feel like when I watched that as a young kid, I felt like comfort in it because I was like, oh, this is normal, right? And then same exact thing as I got older and was like, whoa, those adults shouldn't have treated me like that. I also now see it in that lens for these kids that were on this huge platform as well and going through it very publicly. So JoJo has spoken out against like loving Abby and like,
I mean, she said that she loved Abby, right?
So I feel like she's on her own journey. Again, I don't want to talk about like any of the negative sides. I just want to talk about what she's going through right now. And you hadn't heard the red carpet interview. She was in her like, I don't want to call it goth because I don't want to like misinterpret what vibe she's going for. Yeah. But she had like black and white makeup, like a whole black outfit. Did you see this look?
Nope.
Okay, I need to pull it up. Because she's talking about rebranding, right? Like this is her whole journey right now. I'm rebranding. I'm turning into an adult.
Yeah.
But she's doing it in like the opposite way that I think she's meaning to. She said statements, and again, I feel like she came across so serious, and I can't tell if she's trolling or if she was being serious. She said she's doing a transformation we have never seen before. No one has ever done this. No one has ever changed from being essentially a child star, glitzy glam, to being an adult. And I was like, again, Miley Cyrus,
basically
Selena Gomez,
everybody on the Disney Channel,
Ariana Grande, like literally everyone. And then she also compared herself to Elvis, Bowie. I forget what other icons she had said, but she also is saying how she's ready for kids. She wants a kid in the next 2 years. She wants 3 kids. She shared their names. Like it just felt very serious. And I feel like she feels as though she is more grown than she is, probably from a lot of that childhood. You have to grow up really fast.
You do have to grow up really fast.
Yeah.
But it's like weird because you have to grow up really fast, but then also it like stunts your growth at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you have people
Agreed.
that are trying to keep you in this little kid box. And we see that with like Disney stars, Nickelodeon stars, any like kid that's on like TV or whatever, where they try to keep them there for as long as they possibly can. So they like relate to the kids that are watching.
Yeah.
But eventually it's like, they grow up.
Yeah.
Their body changes.
Yeah.
But then Kendall and I were also talking about it in the sense of, because some people like, you know, love it. Some people hate it. Like whatever. Everyone's going to have their opinions. At the end of the day, she deserves to do what she wants to do and where she feels confident in doing. But we were curious of, okay, is she doing this to get the reaction, to get the publicity? Because if so, it's working. Because
great PR move on that.
Because everyone is talking about it, regardless if they like the song or not with the rebrand. The song is getting listened to over and over and over again because the quote unquote haters hate it so much that they're actually helping her.
Yeah. And I wish you knew the empire she has.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Because she is a very smart businesswoman. So is this all a businesswoman ploy? Maybe.
Is she comparing herself to Elvis and Bowie?
Because she'll know that'll get clipped.
Yeah, and it is.
Or is she delusional?
Or is she for realsies? We don't
know. I would love to have a conversation with her, just in like a very, like, I just want no cameras. I just want to sit down with JoJo and be like, who are you when like the cameras aren't rolling,
What's going on?
Because I feel like she is one of those people, and a lot of people are that way, where when you're like a celebrity and not just like a quote unquote influencer, you don't really share your personal life. So who knows what her personal life is like, you know?
That's true.
She really shares the I guess marketed version of herself,
which is still like the very like bubbly big personality, you know what I mean? Like I love her. I love her personality. I think she's like interesting to watch because
she is so interesting to watch.
Yeah. And she was like that as a kid. Like that's why everyone like was so drawn to her. Like even when she was on Dance Moms, because she was like so like loud, and I love that.
Yeah. That was my JoJo Siwa deep dive.
Yeah, that's as deep as we can get. On here, you put about you doing pendulum squats.
I wanted to know, in your opinion, and we can do one for like upper body, one for lower.
Okay.
What do you think the most humbling exercise is? Like something that you have just never been able to like push really heavy on, or every time you do them, you're like super sore or super fatigued. For me, upper body, I would say front raises. I don't know why, but I am so weak with front raises. Lateral raises, I've made progress in finally after years. I feel like those are another common answer. Front raises, though, I will never use more than like 10 pounds, 15 pounds.
Okay, mine for upper body would probably be rear delts. Anything, literally.
Actually, yeah.
Anything rear delts. Like I can do super heavy lateral raises, really heavy front raises. And then I go into anything that's like rear delts and I'm like,
like 5 pounds, please.
Like it's just
understandable.
I can't.
Also my biceps, because I've talked about the fact that I don't really train my biceps. They are just large on their own, which is why I don't train them too excessively, because if I did, Lord knows how big they would get.
You'd be like,
I like my bicep size. I like to keep them where they at. I might touch them once in a while. And when I do, I can only curl like maybe 15 pounds now.
Yeah, I really can't do
just
that much.
because I never trained them. So those are also humbling to me. And they fatigue really, really fast for me.
Yes.
So I'll do like 2 sets of like 10 to 15 and I am spent. Like I cannot hold anything for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I've basically just been doing like the 30-pound pre-loaded bar.
Yeah.
And
that's what I do too.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Lower body for me. I hadn't done pendulum squats in a while. I think because the gym I was going to didn't have one and now my new one does. And I just like have been avoiding eye contact with it for a little bit. And it was a very empty gym when I went for my leg day the other day. And I was like, okay, I've been doing the same quad routine for a while. It's time to switch things up. Wrote out a new plan. Pendulum squats is on it. And I went on there and I was like, oh, I'll start with like just the machine. I won't add anything.
The machine is so heavy.
The way I could only do like 8 reps with just the machine, I was
so
like, oh
heavy.
no.
The thing about pendulum squats is too, what at least for me personally, what I always notice is that once you get in, it's like you're locking into like the worst roller coaster
Yes.
ride ever.
The way it goes like over
It's
your
like,
shoulders.
ka-choom.
Agreed.
And then when you're in it, of course, like it's a little bit painful. But what I notice the most is that when I get out of the machine, it hurts 2 times more than when I'm actually in the machine.
I agree.
So, of course, it's like the machine is already so heavy because you have that thing on your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get out, you're like, oh, that's really painful.
Yeah, it really sets it. I think because you never like lock out your legs while you're in it. You're at such a weird like,
You're like
hinge stance, I guess. So yeah, I got up to, I think like I put 1 plate on there for like 6 reps and that was like my top set. And I was like, wow, I feel really weak. What is, in your opinion, a leg exercise that is just always humbling?
For me,
And nothing because you're so strong.
well, for me now, it's been leg extensions. I used to be so strong at them because I trained them so often, but now I'm still very strong at them, but the pump that I get
I'm going to interrupt you. You have a white thing on your eyelash. Just letting you know.
This one?
Yeah. I just noticed it and I knew I'd forget. Now you can continue. I think you got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
You're good.
Because my eyes
just
are
looked like
terrible.
a little fluff.
And at least it's only my left eye so that the camera only sees the right eye.
You don't see the tears.
So, yeah, leg extension. Because the pump that I get from it is so painful that I cannot go on. I can't go on.
See, I would say that's like one of my favorites because it feels
It's my
easy to me.
favorite, but then it's also like so painful. And then when I get out of it, it's even more painful. And you know when you're like sitting in between sets of leg extension and you like don't feel like getting your legs out, but then also if you keep your legs in,
They like cramp.
they're in that scrunched position and it's like an extra set.
I agree.
That's gym math.
I always stand up and do a little pace when it gets too bad. Like you got to just get up and get out of there.
and get some blood flow moving.
That's like
or
like
you'll be stuck.
a pain response is like what is it? It's like you either stay there on the ground and like crumple into a ball or you get up and you start pacing. I'm a pacer. If I'm in pain, I am
pace.
walking around.
I will pace because if you fall to the ground or like sit for too long, then it just like all like the blood flow is just constricted.
Yeah.
And if I'm pacing around the gym, you know that I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Or,
Same.
Or anxious.
Another one for me, what was I going to say? Oh no. Oh, back squats. I haven't back squatted in an embarrassing amount of time and I'm scared. Like it's so humbling that I don't look at it. I don't think about it. I don't, yeah.
I just got chills thinking about doing a back squat.
I just got nauseous.
Yeah, I got
I'm
nauseous.
sick.
I'm already sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I feel like after my last prep was the first time I was like squatting really heavy. I was like PRing because I was eating again. And then I stopped for like a month and I went back to it and I was like, where did all of it go?
I think squats is one of those workouts that you can like not do it for like a week and it's like all your progress is gone.
Literally.
Every other movement, it's like not as bad, but squats, it's like damn.
I'll randomly deadlift sometimes and I'm like, oh, I still got it. Squats, my body like
All
forgets
gone.
how to do it.
It's like, how do we do this?
And one of my biggest role models physique wise, love her physique, love her legs, is Bahar. And she's back squats really often. Like a lot of her videos are her back squatting and her form is like, she's like shoulder width apart, perfect form. And my body just like, I look at it and I'm like, I know I could never do that.
Well, she probably just does it so often.
Yeah.
You know?
And she just has great mobility and her legs again are like super strong.
You're
so
like,
it makes sense.
My hips could never.
Literally, like even watching her feed, I'm like in pain. Just like by proxy. Like I just look at it and it hurts. I
basically just did a workout literally by watching your Instagram.
Literally. So I actually want to try back squatting. It's been a long time. I was thinking about box squatting, which is something I've literally never done since like high school.
Oh yeah, where you tap your booty?
Yeah, but I think that might be good for me to like start with like a little like, hey, in case you fall.
Because then if it's too heavy, you can just sit down.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
And then figure it out later.
Have it on your back while you sit.
Which might be worse. Okay, we are going into our DMs now. Okay, before we even get into it, no shade, no hate.
No.
I'm not here to like actually make fun of anyone who has DM'd us. Again, these are men.
And yes. And also,
I have one woman DM though that I will be reading.
Really? Okay.
Because I want your opinion on it.
Yeah. I had sometimes I had one girl that DM'd me.
Oh no.
And it was like on my Instagram story, I was like, oh my God, like it's crazy that that I like my period ended and like my bloat like went away in a day. This. And then she DMs me back, yeah, last week's video, you were so bloated. Bro.
No way, I would cry.
I was like, okay, I know that I said I was, but you didn't have
You can't say it.
You didn't have to say that. Why'd you say that?
That's so funny. But before we get into reading our DMs, and we'll go back and forth, I had a comment that was so mean. And like, usually hate comments don't get to me. I'm gonna cry. Not because it was mean, but because it was like just so out of pocket. I was in Colorado. I was skiing. I think it was before we decided to do this video. So I wish I saved it. I blocked him, so it's gone. And I will never see it again. I'm sure I could find it, but I don't want to look. One of my reels was kind of like popping off a little bit. So I just like, I hadn't been on my phone all day. I was skiing. I was like, oh, okay, let me just see like my notifications. Oh, I have like a lot of comments. So I just look at like, he was verified. So you know how they come up first?
Yeah.
So he just like, usually hate comments don't get to me because they're like very general and they're just like mean. And I'm like, whatever. He went out of his way to comment on multiple different of my posts, multiple different hate comments. Oh. So I think it just triggered me a little.
You got a lot of time on your hands,
and I
buddy.
did respond. And usually I don't respond, but this time I like thought of something snarky. I responded, and then I went, "That was too mean." And so I deleted it, and then I just blocked him. And I wish I remember what it said, and I wish I had screenshotted it. But it was like the first thing to ever really hit me. And it was something along the lines, I think I didn't like it because he was incorrect. It was simply incorrect. So I was like, I don't even know where this is coming from. He said something along the lines of, I don't understand why every girl with fit in their name has so many followers. You look awful, like all these things. And I'm like, fit's not even in my name. So I was like so confused.
You're like, wait, what?
I was like, if you're going to insult me correctly.
Didn't
like, what do you
know
even
that
say?
I rebranded a couple months ago?
Exactly.
From Kendall G Fit to Kendall Leah.
So I first attacked that, and then I was like attacking. I said something like, if you're insecure, just say that, which isn't that mean of a comment. But then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have even responded. So then I deleted it.
Well, that's a lot of time on your
But he was just like,
so much effort.
And then to go to my other photos and comment mean things, like different, like he was being creative, like he was finding other things to hate me about. And I was like, that was just mean.
That's ridiculous.
The rest of these aren't really hate, at least not for me.
They're just like funny, and like, and some of these are ones that I personally get frequently. You know?
Same.
And also, if you're Kendall's mom and my mom, I would stop listening.
My mom would love these, to be honest with you. She can stay.
If you're my mom would not want. Mom, get off.
Get off.
Mom, get off now. She's going to text me.
We did try to, like we said before.
We kept them like as like PG as we can, because some of them are like absolutely atrocious. And I just feel like if my mom heard like the absolutely atrocious ones, she would be like, you need to stop social media. Understandable.
We
also got a couple sent in also from other girls, and they said that we could share them. So
we'll start with us. We'll end with
what's
them.
your first one?
I don't know which one I want to start with.
We won't say names or profiles or anything. So
I'm trying to think of like how tame.
Okay, so my first one says, "Let's make a baby."
Fair.
Okay. All right.
Very straight to the point, simple, no emojis.
Cool. Most of the time, no, literally, let's make a baby. no period, no punctual, just that. Just
I like that he's straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Most of these I do send to Zach immediately. I'll screenshot him and send him to Zach, and he'll say like, "How about no?" Or
if it's like really super unhinged, I have to show someone. If not, I wish I was better about deleting them. So it was very easy for me to go back and see some of these because usually I just ignore a lot of my DMs. And you know how there's like the hidden folder?
Yes. Yeah. That's where I found a lot of these.
Same. I usually just don't even click on that folder. I usually only go to like my normal DMs. So also if you ever DM me and it's like a very nice, sweet thing and I don't see it, it's because I try to avoid these.
Yes. It's like, but because also we have certain ones that go to the request, but now even more of them are going to the hidden request.
Many.
Like it's like I'll have probably 30% go to the request, and then like 70% of them are going into the hidden. Yeah. And if I want to find those, we have to go through a lot of these kinds of DMs.
True. You know? You can usually tell by like the profile pictures.
You can usually tell.
What was like, Instagram's like hiding my nice comments, which I think is weird. You know how it has like a hidden comment section? Yes. And it's kind of like, we're kind of hiding these to protect you. What? It's always really nice things. Like,
I never go look at those.
So I usually don't, but just I was like, case. Oh, that's weird. Like it says I have multiple. So I clicked on it and it was like 2 different girls commenting like, love this post, love this color on you. And I was like, why is Instagram hiding these from me?
Instagram.
More of these, please.
Instagram. What's going on? You're showing me the ones that You're showing me the ones that say all these fitness girls are the same, but
and you
the
look
one
awful.
that says I'm pretty, you hide?
Yeah. Instagram's just gaslighting me.
Give me one
My first one, and this could be taken so many ways, but so wait for the emoji at the end. I think you are not a woman with the alien emoji.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's it? No, that was the whole thing.
So he's just telling me I'm not a woman, but also it's not in like a you're too manly sense, you're too whatever. Maybe he thinks I'm an alien.
Or you are this is what he said. This is what he said. You are an unearthly being that nobody can compare to.
That is such a beautiful take.
That is Delulu.
I will take
that. Is the Delulu version.
I will take that.
Okay, I like that one.
What's your next one?
Okay, my next one was actually a comment, and it says, I don't follow her. I have a... He doesn't follow me, so why is he commenting on me? I don't understand. I don't follow her. I have a woman who's more attractive than her. That's why she's not on IG. I won't date I won't date American women. I only date women who let men lead the relationship. Okay.
He's giving Andrew Tate.
It's giving, you scare me.
Yeah, it's giving I'm controlling, but I feel the need to also comment to let you know my woman's better.
I need to let you know that you are ugly and my woman's prettier than you.
Some people are just so unhinged. And again, keep in mind, these are the like very tame ones.
Yeah, these are the tame ones. These are the ones that were like not get us demonetized.
I have another very simple one. And again, no periods, no emojis. It just says, can I buy you stuff? And sometimes these make you go, should I say yes?
You're like, am I in the wrong career?
Like, should I just give him my P.O. box? Like, sure, send me stuff.
I know. So one time someone sent me one of those things and it was like, send me your Cash App or Venmo. So I told Zach, I said, should I do it, bro? Should I do it? And he goes, yeah, let's see what happens.
Guys are always so supportive.
Nothing. Huh. I was like, okay, so you were just gaslighting me.
Could have been worse. He could have hacked you. So that's always where my brain goes.
True.
I had a few of those like offering to send me money for like a conversation.
Yeah.
For my socks. Have you ever gotten those?
That's the most, that is one of the most common ones.
People really want our socks.
That's the most common ones. And we actually have somebody who sent in
not
one
kink
like
shaming, not judging any of you.
Yeah.
Just sharing.
Yeah. We just also want to like pinpoint the ones that we get like the most. There's a couple that are the most frequent that we get. And yeah.
What's your next one?
Oh, my next one is, you are so beautiful. Why do you use so much makeup? You don't need it. You're an angel.
I mean, really sweet, but also your makeup slays.
Yeah, so this one's controversial.
Yeah.
As if they're not all.
I don't know why I find these so funny.
It is funny. Because on the other hand, thank you. You just called me an angel. But then on the other hand, stop wearing makeup and doing everything that you love. Yeah. So I just...
Stop bodybuilding, but your body's beautiful. Yeah. What?
This is what being a woman is like. Yeah. It's like, what do I do?
I have a really nice one, technically. I thought it was a really good pickup line, which is why I wanted to share this one. If you are a guy watching... really great pickup line. A little much coming from a stranger that I don't know, but if it was someone I was interested in, I would be like, oh, this is cute. Science is so fake that they say the sun is the hottest thing in the universe, but actually it's you.
Aw, so cute.
I thought that was like creative.
So cute.
You know?
I kind of like it. I wish, I think I've gotten a couple of those in the past. Honestly, I got one time. I can't remember what it was, but it was so good. I actually replied.
Okay.
I actually replied and I said, I'm not going to lie, that was awesome.
Oh, I had a guy DM me. This was years ago, but it stuck with me. And I was with my family and I remember reading it to them. It was something along the lines of like, oh my gosh, what was it? I'm going to butcher this so bad. He did it in a very creative way. And it was like funny where he was like, can you tell your dad I'll sell my finest cow to have your hand in marriage? Like he was being sarcastic and I just thought it was really funny because it was like his second DM to me. Mm-hmm. So he was just trying to stand out.
Honestly, I think that's the key is like with, I guess like, let's say influencers or like if you're trying to get someone to answer you or notice you on social media, it's like the clever, like how can I one up that one last thing so that they'll look? Yeah.
I thought that one was really funny. Is it my turn or yours?
I think it's yours.
Okay, this one I'm showing you.
Oh, that's he not only double texted, he quadrupled. How many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the 10th out because he started involving the church, and I feel like I just don't want to throw shade at the church ever.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything negative. I just don't want to share it at all.
Be nice.
But the first few, and this is probably one of the most unhinged, where you just kind of look at it and you go, huh. Wonder what that's about.
You basically had a conversation with yourself here.
No, but it's not this is the weirdest sequence of text I think to ever exist. He starts with credit card debt. Next text.
Okay. Not off to a good start.
Where are your glasses?
Oh, okay.
Next text, cow's milk.
Okay.
Next text, redacted windows in all caps. And I don't even know what that means. What does redacted mean?
Redacted is like take it back.
Okay. He took back his windows aggressively.
Right.
Next one, get a PC, Adele. Next one, second Dell, LOL. Next one, and all of these end with like periods or the where are your glasses was a question mark. The next one, everyone just shops for HP. The next one, go home in all caps.
I think he messaged the wrong person.
Like, I don't know what was happening.
What?
And then the next one's a word I don't know. And then the last one ended with something about going to church.
Okay, that's a real head scratcher.
That one, it's a lot. I'm shaking. It like makes me very anxious because,
My next one is the most common one that I get. OnlyFans? Question mark?
Fair. I get that one a lot as well.
That's my most common one.
Oh, I want to read you my girl one next.
Okay, read the girl
And I want
one.
your opinion. I slayed my makeup and I posted about it. And I said my makeup kind of ate today, right? Because I felt like I did I'm not a Julia. My makeup skills are not great. My eyeliner is usually very gross.
Did she say your makeup didn't ate?
No, it was. I'll get your opinion. So anyway, I'm just letting you know. I was feeling myself. I posted this selfie. I thought it showed my makeup really well. I said my makeup kind of ate today. That was the caption. She responds with an all caps, okay. And at first I was about to be like, thank you, queen, love you. Like something as in like, okay, like she ate. But then I saw she's not following me. So then I was like, is she being like, okay? You know, like there's so many ways to interpret it.
That's true. That's what DM and texting, like you never know.
Yeah, so I was like, I ended up just not responding, but I was like, I can't tell if she's like, okay, queen, or if she's like, okay, you know?
It could be either one. It could be.
So that one sent me into a spiral.
Emojis are important.
Yeah.
Because then they tell what kind of okay you mean.
Yeah.
You know?
And she had like a decent amount of following and she's like a fitness girl. So I was like, oh, okay, we're hyping each other up. I was like about to go follow her. And just the fact that she wasn't following me was like, made my brain go, oh, maybe she's not hyping me up. Maybe this girl does not like me.
I'm going to assume she was.
I'm going to also assume
that it was
she was.
Okay.
I hope so.
Queen.
Yeah. What's yours?
Add a queen after that. Can we see more posts in leather?
Leather. Do you have any
I've
posts
never
on leather?
posted it. Wait.
More.
I did post my birthday one. I was wearing leather boots.
There you go.
I have
Show the people more leather.
I've had a couple of the leather ones, but they're so specific. Cool. It makes me wonder if it's the same guy with different profiles.
Possibly.
Because they're so similar.
You just really want... Oh, I have one that I got so many of. Oh, no. Oh, maybe I shouldn't read it. I have multiple about punching, and Julia thinks we'll get demonetized. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll let you interpret what they want. But one of them, I was going through... Some of the ones Julia's reading are from like the Q&A boxes, because that's where I feel like people get a little bold.
They get even more.
I don't know if they think it's anonymous, but I've had some people I know say some unhinged things in there. Anyway, this one guy, I was going through like my archives of old Q&As I've done to see if anyone had something funny for this video. And it's the same exact account that would every single one ask about arm wrestling or punching or carrying people. Okay. And I was like, clearly, that is something you're very interested in.
Very specific. But okay, one thing that I do notice, at least about like muscle mommies, is that if the men aren't hating on you because you have muscle, they either absolutely love it.
Only for your muscle.
Yes, and they want you to be like the dominant muscular person.
Which again, not shaming anyone. Each to their own.
Go off, King.
Are you next?
This one says, "Hi, where are you located at? We should train together. I'm very handsome, and I want to build my body with you. Give me a chance. Let's do it."
There's something funny about instead of bodybuilding, build
cute.
my body.
I think, build my body with you.
Okay, this next one.
It's kind of cute.
Was another one of those Q&A boxes. And okay, I want to know if you know who this person is, because they asked me and I didn't know who it was. And then I Googled it and I could not stop laughing.
Wait, so we know this person?
No. It's a celebrity.
Oh.
They said, are you related to William Dafoe? Do you know who that is?
Is that a man?
But that I
do know that guy.
I'm gonna put me too. Once I saw him, I'm gonna put a picture on the YouTube, maybe in the story. But that just made me go, does he think I look like him? Because then I was kind of hurt. Not that he's a bad looking man, but I don't think I look anything.
He's got a mustache in that photo.
Also, we don't have similar names. Like, are you related to him?
Let me see if there's any.
It had to have been. She looks like this guy. Why else would you ask that?
I can see.
No, don't say that. The facial hair.
Maybe the mustache.
Eye bags.
The bags. Yeah, the smile.
I would like to think I look...
That one is terrifying.
I would like to think I look nothing like this man. Yeah. And I don't know where that came from.
He does have a very like... I've watched a lot of like superhero movies that he's in. Basically, that's the only ones I've watched that he's in. And he has very interesting features. I remember the last time I saw him when he, like, all of his features are very like dominant. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But it couldn't have been, are you related to Channing Tatum?
I mean,
to Zac Efron?
None of those.
It had to be William Dafoe.
None of those? Not even one.
That one just hurt me a little in like a very funny way.
I know. Honestly, some of them, like, it's like, okay, that's kind of funny.
That's like, are you related to Shrek? Like, who would... That's so rude. Even if I was related to William Dafoe.
Come on.
That you just don't say that to a lady.
But then you'd be famous.
What's your next one?
Okay, this one's funny. My love. I'm really in love with you. I love your eyes, your ears, your nose, your lips, your smile.
He's really listening at all.
My ears?
Your lobes. Your front teeth, your molars. Every detail is just so... He's not wrong.
Okay, wait. I'm not even done. Your smile. Your smile. Your energy. Your vibe. I'm in Denmark. I'm in Denmark, living in Dubai. Come visit me. I would love to welcome you here.
Not him sharing like his hometown.
Honestly, that one, romantic. Beautiful. That was very romantic.
I'll read a romantic one too. Just because they're kind of like, I don't know. I think they're funny when they're like really detailed. Like,
yeah, I'm like, Zach hasn't even said this to me. Zach doesn't tell me he loves my earlobes.
So I have mentioned that to Cooper because I don't think complimenting comes like natural to him. Some people just aren't that way, where like words of affirmation aren't like their main form of showing how they love. And I'll be like, oh yeah, well, _XY IQ thinks I'm the most beautiful thing to ever walk this earth.
So basically,
so level up.
I don't need you.
That's so funny.
I don't even need you.
This one is, what a beauty. What a beauty. I like that.
I feel like he's getting ready to start a poem. We're out the beautiful muscle mommy.
You are unreal. You are a dream. Nothing happened like this before, where I've seen something and it just doesn't go away for days. A face as if I've known for so long. You go, love, conquer the world.
That was just
iconic.
That was just a poem.
Honestly,
that was some like Shakespeare right there. Honestly, this one just says, "I need the OnlyFans link." Next.
So many of those. This one says,
"Ooh, this next one I have is riveting."
I feel like I need to premise all these with, I'm not throwing shade if this is what you're into. This one just says, "Can I bark for you?"
Okay.
Sure.
Woof, woof. Okay.
What's your riveting one?
This one just says, "Hi."
Oh, I have similar.
These, I don't know why.
Oh.
The ones that say hi, no period, no nothing. The ones with periods are scarier. These are the most terrifying ones to me.
I have two.
I don't know why, but
that are equivalent. Two things that I saw the most of while trying to find things for this. One, people will just say my name. They'll just say Kendall Aaliyah, like my full handle.
Okay.
They won't even at me. They'll just say it. And I'm like, that is me, correct? The second one is people will just send me my own posts. They won't say anything.
Yeah.
I get those a lot.
Those are the most confusing.
Where I'm like, yeah, I posted it. I've seen this.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you... I almost want to, like... What does this mean?
No, yeah, I want to be like, huh?
It's almost like, have you seen your own post?
Yeah. Well, like, it'd be different if they sent it and they were like said a compliment or asked me a question. Nothing. It's just my post. And I go, okay.
Have you ever had somebody that has accidentally sent your post to you instead of somebody else and they make a comment about you?
No, so, that would traumatize me.
But it actually, every time that it's happened to me, it wasn't mean. It was always like really nice. So there's been a time where like a couple of girls have like sent one of my posts and they're trying to send it to their friend, but they accidentally send it to me and it'll actually be something like really nice. And I'll be like, thank you. And they'll go, oh my God. Oh my God, I meant to send this to my friend and I sent it to you.
Have you ever done that?
Good thing you're not talking shit.
Have you ever sent that like screenshotting a text with someone and you meant to send it to someone else?
Yeah, that's the worst time of my life.
I remember like middle school crushes.
I always triple check that now.
Yeah.
Because. Yeah. Imagine getting a screenshot of a conversation. Like, okay, so imagine me and you are texting. And then all of a sudden you send a screenshot to me of our conversation. I would be like, this bitch just sent our conversation to somebody.
But I think it'd be worse if you were like, this girl is so annoying.
I know.
I would
Can you believe her?
I would literally...
I would pass away.
I would throw out my phone.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I got hacked.
Yeah, you'd make up a bunch of stuff.
I got hacked.
You make up a bunch. No, I got hacked.
My dog stepped on my phone. I don't know how he did that.
So crazy thing is, my boyfriend actually took my phone and he thought
it would be funny. He was gonna send it to himself.
I've definitely done that as well as a kid.
I've never done anything that bad.
As a kid, definitely not as an
Yeah,
adult.
just like as a child.
Yeah, as a child.
My next one is similar to your hi message. I got like another question box response that just said no. I said, ask me something. And he just said no.
I mean, he did ask you something.
Technically speaking. My stomach just made the loudest sound ever. I don't know if you heard that.
It sounded like a plane. It sounded like this.
It was like propellers. I felt it like move across me too. Next.
Do you have a plane in your stomach?
Oh, my next one is...
My next one says, I wish I was your massage therapist.
Do you ever think about that?
I mean, bro, that could... They have a lot of power.
Yeah. So I've talked about it before. I love the Canceled podcast with Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield. I think they're very entertaining. And they like to hire from this service that comes to your home and does massage therapy. And they're all licensed and they're all like pre-approved and it's all like supposedly very safe. And they've talked about it and they're like, we're a little scared of someone being unhinged. But also I would be so scared in her position that someone knows who you are. And now they're seeing your body almost naked and like, I don't know, like that just like scares me sometimes walking into like new massage therapists. I really get a gauge of like, are you on Instagram? Have you seen my videos?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on that level,
would be
but
scary.
it is a scary
would
thing
be
to think about sometimes.
Especially if you're like her.
The next one says, "Are you missing a heart?"
Oh.
And this one just made me, like, again, psychoanalyze myself and go, am I?
I think it's like, are you missing a heart because you have my heart? Does that make sense?
I think you're, like, really trying to see the positive in this
I really
situation.
am. And Kendall just spirals on everything.
And I'm like, no, he thinks I'm a raging biatch.
My next one just says, will you marry me?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Again, straight to the point. I appreciate those.
I get it.
I think this is my last one, and it's it's similar to hi, where I get these a lot. And he just goes, "Hello, mom." But it didn't feel like a, "Hey, mommy," like, "Hey, whatever." It was just like, "Hello, mom," like mother.
Mother.
I was like, did you mean to DM your mom?
You are my savior, Lord.
Anyway, those are all the ones I could share without our video being flagged.
Yes. I'm going to rapid fire some of mine, and then we're going to share 2 from listeners.
Okay, I'm excited for that.
All right, this one says, can I see your armpit hairy?
Oh, wait, this reminds me, and I need to pull it up. Hold on, don't go to your next one yet, because I like to pose a lot with my arms up, apparently. It's just a pose I like to hit is like if you flex your abs really easily and your shoulders and your triceps. And in every photo I've ever done this and I'm wearing a sports bra, the same guy will comment like, "How do you get your armpits so perfect?" And I just don't know what he even means.
You're like...
I'm like, they're not. In the last one I had like splotchy self-tanner and I'm like, is he even watching the video?
Anyway, are we looking at the same photo?
Armpit comments. Yeah, I've gotten the same thing.
Armpits are a thing. This one says, more posts of you in leather? Question mark.
Another one?
Tight leather or tight latex? Question mark. Those are 2 separate ones.
No.
That is 3 total.
Nice.
All right, 3 total. Are you Sue? You're not an angel.
Sue. Are you Sue? Question mark.
Are you Sue? It's not. It was supposed to be sure. I'm guessing.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
And then these are from some listeners that sent in. So this is Taylor. She says, I have a fitness Insta that I'm not super active on because I'm just not confident enough yet. I don't post much, but I do get the craziest
Girl,
DMs.
get active also.
This one says, hold on. Let me zoom in.
I'm scared.
Oh God, your muscles are the size of my thighs. I worship your huge arms.
Worship is crazy.
I want a punch in my face that I will never forget for the rest of my life.
Punching is a huge demographic in my DMs.
This one is another one that we got. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, she says, I've had multiple men DM me asking to purchase my Hooters uniform. Usually the pantyhose, the socks. I even had one guy request I wear I wear the same socks for an entire month of
yeah, I've gotten these too.
For an entire month and then send them to him.
Girl, get your bag however you want to get.
Come on.
Yeah, I've told my boyfriend about the sock comments, and if they give a number, I'll tell him, and he'll be like, can I just wear the socks?
I know, right?
I'll send them all day.
The guys are like, I mean, why aren't you doing this?
Exactly. But it's so different when it's you.
That's
like,
true.
it's definitely different.
That's true.
Anyway, those are our crazy DMs.
Those are our unhinged
That was really
DMs.
fun. We got to do these like once every few months.
I think we do.
Just like kind of come, if we just ever have one that like we really got to share.
Yes.
Like sometimes you'll just like text them to like Erica and I.
I will. I also need to go back to our group message and see if there's any that I forgot. But comment down below if you enjoyed this segment that we did, and we'll definitely do more. And if you have any of your own that you want to share, email at knowyourpowerpodcast@gmail.com and we can share them. But as always, guys, we love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think.
Bye.